Hey guys, it's your bald Indian here. Did you know House of Representatives just passed $1.6 trillion of Infrastructure and Job Act bill? So in this video, I'm going to give you a quick overview of what is included in the infrastructure bill as well as different critics and my view at the very end, what do I think about this bill in general. So President Joe Biden signed $1.2 trillion of infrastructure bill into a law on Monday, November 15, 2021, which was a key part of his economic agenda. So this bill will provide additional $550 billion in new federal investment in America's infrastructure in the next 5 years. So the four main things this bill focuses on is repairs and building new roads and bridges, improving broadband services, improving water and energy systems, and the fourth one is climate change. So here is the quick breakdown of how that $1.6 trillion is going to be spent for infrastructure in the next 5 years. So $110 billion is assigned for roads and bridges. This is significantly less compared to $159 billion compared to initially requested for Americans' job plan. $39 billion to upgrade the public transit. That is less compared to $85 billion which was initially requested. This deal also includes $66 billion to improve passenger and freight rail. This would help to improve the maintenance backlog that they have currently on the Amtraks, modernize the Northeastern Corridor, and also bring the rail in the Mid-Atlantic region. $65 billion to rebuild American power grids. They will be also focusing on expanding renewable energy efforts. They have assigned $55 billion to upgrade water infrastructures. In this, they will be replacing lead service water line, which will provide access to communities for clean drinking water. Then they have assigned $65 billion to improve nation's broadband, which will help to provide low and affordable internet service. $25 billion to build and repair airports, $17 billion to repair and build ports, $8 billion for western water infrastructures, $11 billion for transportation safety, $7.5 billion to build nationwide network of electric chargers for electric vehicles. This is a really interesting one where they have assigned $7.5 billion to introduce electric school buses which will be delivered around the US. So there are a few things that I might be missing, but I will try to include it here. So here are a few criticisms that we have seen around the infrastructure bill. Congressional Budget Office or CBO, which is a federal agency within the US government which provides budget and economic information to the Congress, says that infrastructure bill would add $256 billion in deficit in the next decade. This analysis from CBO doesn't include the $50 billion revenue that would be generated from implementing this infrastructure bill. In an article mentioned in Catalyst by Scott Breyer said that this increase in spending will put pressure on Federal Reserve to print more money, which will undermine the dollar value, adding to inflation. And I do agree with that. I don't think it's the right time to pass this $1 trillion infrastructure bill where we have spent trillions and trillions of dollars on COVID relief in the past 18 months. Critics also say that this bill doesn't have enough funds to address climate change. John Mejia, a climate activist, says that not only does this bill include in it some harmful provisions, it also doesn't meet the full scope and scale of the climate crisis. It is also said that $7.5 billion is not going to be enough to build 500,000 electric chargers around the US. So these were few criticisms that I was able to find around infrastructure bill, and here is what I think. I think it's a great step forward to invest in the American infrastructure which sits in the core of the economy, and I do like that they have been addressing one of the key issues, which is climate change. But I also think this one-time investment is not going to cut it. I also have one controversial view that the American infrastructure should be privatized. These infrastructure contracts should be given to the private companies, as I think the private companies should be able to implement this contract cheaper, faster, and more efficiently. But as per law, it is currently illegal, as private companies cannot be a competitor for US government when it comes to country's infrastructure. But hey, I'm just a normal guy on YouTube. This was just a raw idea that I had. So that's it for today, guys. Hope you learned something new today. If you did, please drop a like and subscribe to my channel, and see you in the next one.